If you are new to my channel, then welcome. My name is Spawn. I do mostly work in modeling, but I'm going to be trying to upload more videos here. This one is going to be a Q&A video. I do have the questions already here. If you have any more, go ahead and put some in the comments as well, and I will try to get as many as I can for next time. And let's just get started. First question I have is, what does your tattoo mean? And I'm guessing this is in reference to the tattoo on my stomach, which, if you want to take a look, it's just little triangles going in all directions. A lot of people think that it is a compass, which is probably closer to what it looks like. However, 10-year-old me thought that was the way to draw a star, kind of a Disney-esque sort of thing. I, for some reason, couldn't draw an actual star, and that was the closest thing that I could come up with. And to me, every time I was sad or alone or anything, I would always look to the sky and look at the stars, and for some reason it would comfort me. And that was actually the first tattoo that I got. And what anime are you watching right now, slash any suggestions? The anime that I just finished watching was Shogeki no Soma, which is Food Wars, the third season. I just finished that up. I've been watching How to Keep a Mummy, which is really cute. Suggestion-wise, my favorite is always going to be Natsume's Book of Friends, so that's definitely one that you should check out. And I know it's kind of an unsung hero of mine, but Yamishibai is definitely one of my favorites. It has so many seasons already, and the videos are actually only about 4 or 5 minutes long each, and they're just little scary stories, and the graphics are very like old storybook and really kind of old school graphics, but I love the stories. Anything like with the Japanese urban legends is definitely up my alley. Next question is, what got you into modeling slash what made motivated you to pursue this line of work? I actually never really even wanted to be a model when I was growing up, but I did watch like America's Next Top Model with my mom, and she always told me like, hey, that's something that you should do. That's something you should pursue. And I was like, no, not really my thing. And about 10 years ago, my mom passed, unfortunately, but it kind of got me reflecting on some of like the memories I had of her and conversations I had, and since that was something she always kind of envisioned for me, I decided to at least give it a go and see how I liked it. And it turns out I actually do really love it. I started in trying to do pretty much any kind of photo shoot and trying to just add to my portfolio, and it was a lot of hard work, but I actually started to really enjoy it and trust my body and know kind of what looks good and what doesn't. And it's the most amazing thing ever for me to be able to bring other people's visions alive, to express myself creativity that creatively and actually have an artistic outlet because I can't draw at all or anything. So this is my way to have really beautiful images come to life and get to express myself. And let's see. How old are you now? Well, in model years, I'm probably considered 80. My driver's license says 30, which is kind of up there for modeling, but I have been doing it off and on for the last 10 years, so I think it's still kind of going okay for me. Hopefully people aren't looking at me and are like, why are you still doing this? You're too old. Please stop. Uh, what is the trick to looking so young? Honestly, I don't go outside ever. I really stay inside the majority of the time. If I ever leave my house, like at all, I have to wear sunblock or else I just burn so incredibly fast and I get really red and I will be so just red and in pain for the next 3 or 4 days if I don't put anything on. So I don't go outside. I wear sunblock when I do, and I just constantly take care of my skin. I use a lot of really hydrating products, and hopefully it helps keep the skin young longer. Any future cosplay plans slash what are your ideas for your next cosplay character? See, this is a really interesting question to me because a lot of what I really want to do cosplay wise, most people don't even know like what characters they are or what they're from. Uh, I would have to say the one I've been wanting to do for the longest time is Noah from Legend of Legaia. And nobody knows at all who that is or anything, but she's this really cute girl that was in an RPG I played a long time ago when I was growing up, and I feel like no one ever really gives her credit, and she needs to be kind of brought to life. And that would for sure be my next one that I really wanted to. The next one that I know at least more people know of who it is would probably be Jill Valentine. I have the Berettas, I have the beret she wears. I just need to get the full-on outfit to help bring her to life. And no, it wouldn't be the miniskirt outfit, it would be the actual full-on Stars uniform that I would want to wear because I feel like that doesn't get done really that often. How many photo shoots do you plan to do monthly? That's kind of a tricky question because I do get approached for projects quite a bit, and I have projects of my own and different companies that I'm trying to work with to try to get projects done for them. So it kind of really just depends. I would say at the very least, I'm going to be doing 4 shoots a month. That way it's at least once a week, and then I'm going to be doing more as more projects come up and try to get more creative things going, but I would say at least 4 times a week. Probably not more than 10 or 12 because I do need days to recover and kind of veg out to come back from it. But at the very least, I would be doing 4 a month. How long have you been modeling? Like I said, I've been modeling off and on for about the last 10 years. 2008 is when I really started it. And I kind of like tried getting into it and then kind of stopped somewhere the same year of 2008 and started up again in, I want to say 2012 is when I like got really into it and went for a good couple years in doing different photo shoots, and I picked it up again and started like hardcore doing photo shoots last year. Probably last, I want to say February or March, and I just haven't really stopped pretty much since then, and I don't intend to stop anytime soon. What are your favorite things about modeling? Again, the favorite things about modeling are just being able to express myself and enjoy working with other people, meeting other people that are really creative and have a lot of really good ideas. I am very thankful to have worked with a lot of amazing photographers that are just hobbyists and they're just kind of starting out, or like really like renowned photographers that are amazing and have been doing it for years and actually have that as their full-time job, that they get projects left and right because they are so good at their job. So it really just depends on like how much experience the photographers have and just how really passionate they are, because even if they're only hobbyists, if they're really passionate about it when they're doing it, like that's amazing. I love working with people who have a lot of passion. I love bringing different projects to life and just kind of really like pushing the boundaries with my photo shoots and doing something that I haven't really done before. That's really exciting to me. What are some of the worst parts of modeling? This is where it gets kind of interesting because I feel like there is a stigma with modeling that it's not really an actual like professional thing unless you're like a Victoria's Secret model or like Tyra Banks, who was a Victoria's Secret model. I don't know if I said that. But I feel like there's a stigma that it's not like an actual like legitimate thing to actually be a model, that there's a stigma with the whole like casting calls and casting couches and everything, that when you go to do a photo shoot, it's kind of expected that other things will happen. And that's kind of the public opinion on it, when really that's not the case. A lot of the photographers, the majority of the photographers I've worked with actually don't have that expectation. They literally are just there to make art. They're not trying to get frisky or handsy or anything like that. They're really professional. And I think there is a lot of stigma around it as a model, and actually going for like modeling photographers and trying to associate with people in that manner. There is a lot of stigma with it, and saying like, oh, well, that person must be really vain because they love looking at pictures of themselves. And it's not really that exactly. It's, yes, I like looking at the images, but it's not because they're images of me. It's because to me, they're memories of such a good day. They are, to me, it's art. It's the same thing as if someone actually worked hard on painting something. It's something you took time and effort to bring to life. And of course, you're going to want to look at it. You're going to appreciate it. It's not really about like, oh, it's because it's something that I did. It's a picture of me and I like looking at me. It's not like that at all. And there is kind of the downside that there are, sadly, some cases where you will try to talk to photographers and try to get arrangements for photo shoots, and sometimes they do kind of have other plans when you're talking to them, that they want you to do not so nice things for money, and it's not really the greatest thing because you try to put effort into your modeling and your portfolio and everything, and to get approached for questions that are pretty much like, oh, take your top off, please get naked and do this for an obscenely low amount of money, and I'm gonna just put this pretty much in my spank bank. It's not actually for anything. And you kind of have to watch out for some people like that. But if you feel comfortable and the photographer actually has a reputable like reputation and they are known for being good and everything, it's a completely different experience. But there is, on the occasion, sometimes when you do get the kind of weirdos, and like they're considered like a guy with a camera, that they just want the pictures for their own personal reasons, and it's not to help your portfolio, it's not to help you, and it's literally just so that they have pretty pictures of a pretty girl. And that is kind of the downside of modeling. But thankfully, I've met quite a few people that have taught me like the things to look out for, and just using your own intuition. Like, you generally will have an idea on who is to be trusted and who isn't. So if you just trust your gut, you can kind of avoid that. But there are people out there that are approaching people to do these pictures, and that to me is kind of like the downside of modeling. You just have to be extra aware. Are you on some special diets? That is kind of a stigma as well, that to model you have to pretty much starve yourself and not eat or anything like that. And I personally, I don't have any special diet. I literally just eat whatever sounds good at the time. My main foods of choice are going to be like chicken Alfredo, burritos, ramen, sushi, pretty much anything like that. But I I just honestly eat whatever sounds good, and I just try, I guess, to have a normal portion of food. And I'm really one of those people that like snacks throughout the day, and just to keep myself like full and happy and everything. Like I don't eat like huge ginormous meals like once a day or anything. Like I just have portion meals throughout the day, and that seems to work for me. And that is the last question that I had for this month. If you guys think of any other questions, like I say, you can go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon and I can approach you for questions. If not, keep an eye out for my social media accounts. I will try to make posts a little bit before the end of each month and pretty much ask if you have any questions or anything that you've been wondering. And I will, like I said, I will try to get through as many as I can. And obviously the Patreon subscribers and supporters will have the highest priority for questions, but please post anything that you want in the social media and I will try my best to get to them regardless. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see anything more. Okay, bye guys!